Imagine this. You've got dozens of deals in your pipeline, none of them are progressing, and you're nowhere near your quota. Most reps think conversion rates are all about more emails, more dials, more touch points. But the truth of the matter is, by working smarter, not harder, you can actually de-risk your pipeline and see your closing rates skyrocket. In this episode, I'll walk you through how I audit and de-risk my pipeline to keep every deal moving. I'm looking at the deal loss reasons. Why am I losing these deals at presentation? So I'm looking at budget, timing, and competition. So if you want to skip the 80+ hour work week and hit President's Club every year, this episode's for you. I'm Ilias, and this is the Sales Lab. Here's the uncomfortable truth. A bigger pipeline doesn't necessarily mean a higher close rate. In fact, it might actually mean a worse one. There's a few reasons that could happen. First and foremost, the spray and pray method. Every rep treats every deal the same. There's the same old generic outreach. And when I think about how I reach out to my deals, before I ever send out an email, before I ever get on a call, I like to ask myself, if I were them, what's in it for me? And then let's talk about next steps. One of the biggest mistakes I see is no clear next steps. In sales, time kills all deals, so it's crucial to keep that momentum going after that call. What I like to do in these situations, I have a play call going into that call of exactly what those ideal next steps look like. I even start off the call with an upfront contract saying, hey, if all goes well today, at the end of this call, we're gonna talk about setting up XYZ as a next step. And at the end of the call, I make sure to do it. And then last but not least, shying away from the difficult questions. We see it all the time. Sellers want to avoid tension, they want to be nice, they want to build relationships, but you're actually doing your buyer a disservice when you don't ask those tough questions. And as a seller, you're preventing yourself from uncovering objections that could later on surprise you down the line and turn into a ghosted deal. So the way that I like to think about this is have a list of prepared questions and don't be shy about asking them. Ask questions like, who's involved? What do they care about? Why might they say no? What does budget look like for a project like this? What's the cost of doing nothing? If we do nothing today, how's that gonna impact the business? All of these help me uncover objections so that I'm not surprised later on. So here's how I audit my pipeline to improve my conversion rates. Always be auditing. All right, so first things first, when I look at my funnel, what I like to do is I like to be a doctor. Audit my pipeline, diagnose the root issue, and figure out how I can prescribe a solution to improve those rates. So when I look at my pipeline, for example, as you can see, we've got our companies, our deal value. I always like to sort by deal value from largest to smallest to prioritize my bigger deals. And then you got your different stages, your discovery stage, business presentation, contract review, close one or close loss, hopefully close one. But as you can see here, I'm seeing a common theme here. A lot of deals stuck in business presentation without progressing to close one. So my prescription when looking at my pipeline is maybe I need to work on my presentation skills. So what I do in these cases, I'll go online, I'll review top performers and how they deliver their presentations and try to take bits and pieces while injecting my own personality and unique skills. Okay, you see my framework and maybe you want to use it as a template for yourself. Our team put together a brand new guide to auditing your pipeline. Find out which deals have legs and which probably aren't going anywhere. That way, you can focus your energy on the deals with the highest chance of closing and improve your own conversion rates. Grab your framework for free in the link in the description below. This one looks nicer than mine. Can I get one for me? Next, de-risk your deals at all times. So when thinking about de-risking my deals, for example, Apex Logistics, I'm going into that deal, I'm thinking, who are the stakeholders that need to be involved? Why might they say no? What other potential stakeholders could get involved later in the process? Can I multi-thread and reach out to them proactively to try to build my own buying committee and build more influence across the organization? These are the things I think about when thinking about de-risking deals. So when I think about de-risking deals, I open up a deal, we'll look at Blue Wave SaaS for example, and I think to myself, who could potentially get involved in this process? Whether they're involved now or later, how can I proactively reach out to them and spread my influence across the org, spread my sales spiderweb so that I can improve my chances of closing? The more people you have involved, the higher chance you have of closing the deal. I also like to look at their industry, look at their business model. How do they make money? Who do they sell to? What are common industry challenges? And what are common words and verbiage you can use to make it feel like you know their world? You're a trusted advisor, not just some other sales rep. And then last but not least, know your buyer. Do the research, know their world, know their language, show them you know them. So when I think about knowing my buyer, I like to surf their website, stay curious, see what they prioritize in terms of the verbiage, the type of people they're trying to sell to, and ultimately look online. Understand the industry. Understand what are common industry challenges, pitfalls, and exactly what kind of language is going to resonate with your buyer in their world. And those are the skills that will keep your pipeline risk-free and your conversion rates strong. Follow these skills and you'll find that you're putting more time into deals that actually close and less time into deals that won't. Don't think of walking away from a deal as losing. Think of it as making more room for the ones worth winning. So go out there, audit your funnel, and close smarter. Thanks so much for watching. This is the Sales Lab. See you next time.